Between Two Lines is the movie I'm reviewing today. This movie is on Real Nolly Glamour TV. Again, the movie is on Real Nolly Glamour TV. A recap of this movie talks about a married man who despises the wife due to how the wife looks physically. He decided to maltreat the wife, only to find out that everything that he owns or everything he thinks the wife is not, the wife is. The wife is actually a rich woman who disguised herself as a poor young woman before they got married. So at the end, life turned upside down for this young cheating husband. This is what this movie is about, Between Two Lines. What I like about this movie, I'll start by saying that I enjoyed this movie so much. This movie came out in April, and trust me when I say I love it, I truly do love this movie. The storyline is so interesting and relatable, if I may say, because a lot of people know that marriage is not an easy thing. Even those who are trying their best to sustain the marriage or make sure that the marriage doesn't break or the marriage doesn't fall apart. It's quite interesting to see all the time that this was a very relatable storyline, and that is something that I like about it. It was a good storyline in general, like how the wife went through surgery, physical training just to please the husband, and still things just didn't work out the way she wanted it to work out. She did her bit to sustain the marriage, but it just didn't go through as she wanted, and that is so interesting to watch. The storyline is actually very good. If you haven't seen it, you are missing out. Then I want to talk about the acting, the characters. Stefania was so good. I mean, she acted the main character. She was the wife who was being maltreated. I love her in this movie. The two Bryans, Bryan Okwara and then Bryan Okoye. Yes, the two Bryans were very fantastic as well. But Bryan Okwara actually stood out. He was that, whoa, I hated his character actually because he was so mean, condescending, very, very disturbing character that he played, and he maltreated the wife to hell and back. And I was so impressed with the character. He took everything personal. He did his bit. He made you to hate what he was doing. Trust me, you will love him here. He didn't do much, but he did a lot. He didn't do much, but he did a lot. His character is just like the one that Uzoruke played in with Bimbo, where he was a star and was still maltreating the wife. So yeah, something similar. So you can just imagine Bryan in that role. He was very mean, and I love it so much. Every character brought their A grade. Then we want to talk about Mary Jane. This girl pretended to be from America. I'm like, I could see, immediately I saw her, I'm like, can this character be true? Until it revealed that she was actually a fake Americana. She actually hasn't left the country one bit. Yeah, Mary Jane was also very interesting. I love her character. In all, everyone played their part so much. That was something that I really like about this movie. Acting for me, yeah, I'm easily impressed. So if I'm not impressed, then you should know that something is actually wrong. And this is how I feel about this movie. The actors brought the A game. I like that a lot. Another thing I want to talk about that I like about this movie is location. Not a lot, but interesting location that make sense relating to the storyline. So I like that. And then finally, I want to talk about how the movie ended. Yeah, at a point I was thinking that the couple are going to make up and resolve their issues and all of that. It did not end that way at all. His life ended so badly. He ended up with a dangerous disease. He lost everything because everything he owns or he thought he owns belongs to the wife. He lost everything. The ending was so sweet. Like, you can't eat your cake and have it all the time, where the wife has to forgive you, you come back, you no. So I love the ending of this movie so much. Moving on to what I hate. Obviously, there should be one or two things that I might not like about a movie. So let's get into it. The scene where Mary Jane came to Bryan's house, that is the married couple's house. The scene, she was behaving as if she owns the house. That those scenes were not believable. That's just what I want to say. I'm not saying the scene is bad, but it was not just believable because the wife was in the house. You know, you came to the house and started behaving as if you own the house and you want to throw the wife out and walking around the house as if you are not the madam. Not really relatable, so I wasn't a fan of that. So it was good, but I wasn't just a fan of that. Another thing that I want to talk about that I wasn't really, you know, relating or finding it interesting was the neighbor that was also pokonosy. The neighbor was just hearing the couple fight all the time, and when they fight all the time, you know, the husband is always saying all the insecurities, things or the things that make the wife insecure to everyone. And the neighbor was using that to insult the wife. The wife didn't do anything to her, you know, and she was just saying things just to poke the woman. I don't understand. It's not as if they were living in face me, I face you compound where you are walking and somebody is just throwing shade. This was an apartment. It wasn't really making sense. If the husband was dating that woman and then she's throwing shade, then that might make sense because it wasn't in that case. It was a case of gossip. You're seeing somebody passing by and then you start gossiping and laughing. Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of such a scene. So the neighbor had no right to insult Stefania. I'm like, no. So yeah, that's something that I wasn't really a fan of. Next thing I want to talk about that I didn't like about this movie is cinematography. I don't understand what is going on. I hated everything about this cinematography. I'm like, oh no, guys, look at. Is this a cinematography? No, nah. I wasn't a fan at all. I hated every bit of the cinematography. And this brings me to the size. Another tiny. This size is what the producer or the owner of Nolly family uses. Like, everything was so tiny. It made the actors so small, tiny. I'm like, the whole space, black space they left is for what? Is it for decoration? No, you just look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Look at it. Look at that. I hated every bit of it. I'm like, no. I hated it so much. The size and cinematography was so annoying. For a perfect storyline and acting, and you had to give us this? No. So yeah, so those are the things I do not like about this movie. Rating this movie, I'm going to give it 7/10. Yes, that is how much I really do like this movie. If you haven't seen this movie, Between Two Lines, showing on Real Nolly Glamour TV, you're missing out. I'll see you guys in the next movie review.